overall, I mean, full off season ahead of you. You know, last year obviously you're preparing for the draft and all that. Just what are you looking forward to the most for full off season?
Oh, right. To be honest with you, just relaxing, be with my family for a little bit, and you know, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Just being with my family.
Well, just talked to a couple of guys. The frustration, obviously, it's the day after, right? Just assessing what yesterday, but you guys got to the postseason. Obviously, went out to New England with a team that's got a quarterback that's an MVP candidate. But what you guys accomplished, you got to look at that as a positive way, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we did some good things this year. We did some good things this season that the things we could definitely be proud of. But there's also things we need to work on for sure. And being able to make it to the postseason my first season, that's always a blessing. And I'm super grateful for it. And going into this off season, we'll be able to look back at the things we need to work on, especially at myself. And all we can do is just work on the things and come in, be ready for prepare for the next year.
What do you think some of the things that you guys need to be better at to get to that next level?
For me personally, just being better at, I feel like we got to do a better job with the quick game, and I think that's we're gonna have that going into the next year, and just having a better chemistry with Justin. I feel like we could have a better chemistry, being on time with him more, and I take that in my own hands, and receivers they say the same thing, just being on same page, and being able to get our eyes back to him as quick as possible, so he's able to get that ball out even quicker.
You obviously come into a room with, Keenan and a couple of the younger guys. Just what did you appreciate about the wide receiver room in your rookie year?
Just the open arms, to be honest with you. I came in and, you come in as a rookie, you don't really know what to expect. You don't know what's going to happen, how things are going to play out. And, everybody, they treat me with open arms. And, they just showed me the ropes of, just the NFL, just everyday life of just being a pro. And, Keenan, just watching him every single day, just watching him every single day, that's awesome. He's going to be a Hall of Famer in my eyes. And, after the game, I literally just told him I appreciate you for everything you did this year, the things that we talked about and even the things that we didn't talk about, because, there are so many things you could learn from a guy like that. And, I was super grateful to have a veteran like that in the room.
But you're going to test the market, you think?
Who knows?
How'd you feel like you played yesterday? It looked like one of your better games. Did it feel like that to you?
It looked like one of my better games?
Yeah, I think great.
Is that a question or a statement?
Question.
Question?
Oh, no. I think statement for me. Statement for me, but how do you think you played?
Do you agree?
It looked like one of your better games.
What did you see?
How do you think you played?
What did you see?
I want to know what you saw. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, I think it was one of them. I think it was a really good game,
How did you, this year you've done a great job at, batting passes down. Is that something you worked on ahead of the year, or, how did you get?
I think it's something I just worked on my whole career. I always worked on tipping passes in practice. So I think it's just something that kind of translates over to the game.
Sure.
What is it about this place, the staff, Jim, Jesse, Coach Elston, that you think has allowed you to really flourish as a player over the last couple of years?
I think it's just a real good family environment, you know what I'm saying? Everybody here cares about each other. I think they do a really good job of understanding the player and understanding the player and just getting the most out of the player and putting them in the best possible situations to succeed.
Does it mean something to you that they sort of identified you as a guy that they felt could be a real contributor, be the type of star player that you become? Does that confidence that they breed into you, mean anything to you when you think about heading into free agency?
I think I try to do everything with as much confidence as possible. We're all professional athletes, so I always go into every game thinking I'm the best player on the field, always. But does it do something for me? Having a coaching staff put some type of trust in you, you always want to live up to it. And I think one of the biggest things, you just don't want to disappoint them. So I try to hold myself to a higher standard than they're holding me to, and that's just what it is.
Justin's going to be, getting some chances
Is he?
As a head coach.
What
is it?
Where you hear about this?
Right. Well, what is it about Jesse that makes him such a premier head coaching candidate?
I think Jesse's a great guy. Obviously he's extremely intelligent. He just finds a way. He just finds a way to keep points up. More honestly, wow, it's a lot of lights.
How are you processing this season?
How am I processing this season? One thought at a time.
Yeah. So what's your thought this week? On no sleep, probably.
I mean, still a little early right now, though. But I mean, I really haven't had time to sit back and reflect on the entire season.
Do you keep an eye on the contracts that are given out to defensive tackles?
Not at the moment, no.
I'm sure you will, though, at some point.
Maybe.
Where do you, just based on your performance, obviously you played well, what position do you think you put yourself in heading into free agency and considering some of the contracts? I mean, your teammate last year, Puna Ford, went to free agency. And,
Pick a good one.
yeah.
How did you focus on tackling? Like, what specific things did you do to improve that?
Really just drills, Coach Clink, Indy, being confident, running up, putting my chest on people, and then just talking to DJ about tackling, because obviously he does it at a real high level. So just getting extra pointers and things like that from him.
What has Jesse meant to your career so far?
A lot, man, a lot. He's a great defensive-minded coach, super smart. So he's really been able to put guys in positions to make plays. He understands guys' strong suit. He watched a lot of film, so he knows what teams are going to do. I love Coach Miller, man. That's my guy.
Have you seen it all that he's interviewing some other places? I don't know if you talked to him about it, but like, would you be sad to see him go?
I mean, you see it online, things like that, but I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. He got to do his best for him and his family. So, I mean, I'm not sure what's going to happen or how it's going to play out, but I appreciate him, and however it goes, I wouldn't be mad.
If he is gone, how much belief do you have in the core of the defense? You know, you and Derwin and Tuli.
I mean, I got a lot of belief in the guys in the locker room. Also, the people upstairs, they're going to make the right decisions. So I really just do my part in this whole thing, and that's just being the best person I can be, being the best teammate I can be, and really just being the best player, putting my best stuff on the field to help the team win. So no matter how it goes, however it shakes out, I'm confident in the people around us, the people upstairs, and also our teammates. So we'll just see what happens.
With how the season ended, I mean, it's guaranteed to be some moving parts this offseason. So is there like a heightened sense of frustration? A lot of guys have talked about like the community of this team specifically.
I mean, guys are going to stick together. Guys are going to come back next year ready to attack it. I mean, obviously, it didn't go how we wanted. But at the end of the day, you can't really dwell on the past. You got to really just put your best foot forward and learn from what happened. So I would just say I use this as a lesson to really just get better. And I would just say really to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Did you care about not having an interception this year?
Not really. I mean, it's something I think about, like, damn, I want to pick the ball off. But, I mean, if you're playing good defense, if you're where you're supposed to be, making the plays you're supposed to make, you can't force plays like that. So I wasn't really trying to force a pick. As long as we was winning, I was doing my thing on defense and helping the team win. Could care less about a pick.
Early, obviously, but how would you look at your season, year 2 in the NFL?
Ups and downs, things to be proud of. Thought we did some good things. Thought I did some good things. Obviously, some stuff I wish I had back. Things that could have done differently. But that's the way football goes. It's like that's the beautiful thing about it is like 11 guys got to be on the same page for things to go right. You got to all be in sync. So yeah, looking back, it's like hard to reflect on it right now after the loss. It's like it's hard not to think negative, but when you look back, the couple of weeks, there'll be good things that can come from it.
Do you feel like defenses approached you differently this year after having a year of tape on you?
Yeah, I mean, I would say a lot of stuff that I was, able to, be schemed up with last year, and they try to take it away, know what's coming a little bit. And I feel like that's just the nature of the game. It's like, okay, if you make big plays and see stuff, it's like, okay, we're gonna do what we can to take that away. So, yeah, but played a little differently. But there's still some good things out there.
Do you feel like Keenan being here changed your role at all this year?
I don't know. I don't know if it changed my role. I mean, I know you bring Keenan in, we definitely add another element, another receiver, like another guy that can run some choice routes and hit stuff underneath. Which then, okay, if someone running a choice route, someone's got to be intermediate, third level, whatever. So I mean, I guess you could say that in a little sense, but I feel like just bringing him in added another playmaker and another element to our offense. So I don't know if it changed my role, but I feel like that's the good thing about our offense this year was that we could all move around. Q could come in, play the slot. I could play the slot. Keenan, we could all move around, bounce around.
What's your experience been like playing for Greg as an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, for playing with him for 2 years, I feel like we've done a lot of good things. Obviously, last night is like, it is what it is. It's not on one person. It's not on. It's a team effort. Like I was just talking about, 11 guys got to be on sync, going at the same time. So I feel like we've done a lot of good things. We put a lot of points on the board. We've been good on third down this year. We didn't turn the ball over. Had some explosive plays. I mean, we scored 3 points last night. You can't expect to win a game scoring 3 points. But I feel like over the last 2 years, we've done a lot of good things.
Talked about last year having goals coming into your rookie season, a lot of which you hit. Has this year been frustrating for you?
I would say, personally, at times, you sit there as a receiver and it's like, okay, I want to be able to impact the game. I want to, be able to make plays. I want to be able to get this offense going. I want the ball in my hands. I want to, go make plays. And at times that, we weren't able to make that happen. So you can sit up here and say, I don't know. I don't know if frustrated is the word, because we win games. I'm like, okay, I'm happy no matter what. But I want to be able to help the team. I want the ball in my hands. I want to be able to make plays and get us going. So at times it's like, yeah, would I like that? Absolutely. But I know that's the nature of the game. Like we were just talking about, everybody's got to be clicking. We got to get open in the back end. Protection's got to be right. Everything's got to be together for good things to happen.
What did you go ahead?
You've been on this team for now 2 seasons, 2 kind of difficult postseason losses to take.
Yeah.
For you, what do you see something that needs to change to get over that hump?
And I don't know. To be honest with you, it's like, I don't know if we just gotta get that monkey off our back and get the first one, and then we're rolling. Definitely, it's frustrating. It's like, I know what type of team we had last year. I know what type of team we had this year. And I really thought we were set up to make a run. I liked our matchup going into the week. I liked our path. Like, not like we were like looking ahead, but it's like, okay, we know what we got to do. And I thought we had a good shot. Thought we had a good run. Didn't get it done, unfortunately.
Game like last night. Like, how do you process it? Like, what do you?
It's hard because it's the last one, and it's just like, okay, now the season's over. It's so quick, and now it's like, okay, everyone's going home, and we're done. So I don't know. It's hard to process, especially like right now, one day after. I feel like as the coming days, you'll be able to process it more, think back on it more, be more, head be a little more clear and kind of think of it. But right now it just sucks. It's just, that's the only word I got. It sucks.
Navigating that feeling you had this year of wanting to contribute and not being able to at times, like, what did you learn about yourself and I guess the league?
I would say really just like, for me, was like, okay, just stay patient, and keep playing my game. Like, I know what type of player I am. I know the plays I can make. So, and I know that balls are going to come my way. So when they do, I got to be ready. I got to stay present, stay in the moment, and like, okay, when it comes my way, I got to be ready to make my play. I can't sit over there and be caught up. Oh, I'm not getting this. I'm not getting that. And then something comes my way and I'm not ready for it. So just staying consistent, not pressing, and just understanding that's the way the ball rolls sometimes. Like, just be ready.
Do you ever, we see receivers on other teams go to coaches mid-game or make these, do you ever go to Greg or go to Justin or Sanjay and like, hey?
Personally, me, is like, I'm not going to be the one to go like make a scene and cause some disruption on the sideline. I just don't think that's good for me. It's coaches for the team. So personally, I'm not going to do that. You have conversations like, okay, how can we get this going? How can we get it rolling? But I'm not the guy to just go demand things like that. But we do have conversations like, okay, how can we get this rolling? How can we get this ball moving? Like, what do I got to do? Is there something I need to change? And just be an open communication. I feel like I have that really well with Sanjay, our receiver coach. Like, we can just talk and chop it up and like figure out, okay, what do we got to do? Same with the whole offense with Justin. Playing quarterback's hard. I fully understand that, and he's got so much going on. So it's like, it's when the ball comes my way, make a play, and just always be ready.
What impressed you the most about Justin this season?
Just his fight. Honestly, like breaking his hand, put this team on his back a lot of times and just willed us a victory. And I know you hear Coach Harbaugh say that, but it's, when you look at it, it's true. He did do that. Just tough as nails. I mean, he had some hits he took this year, the beatings he took, and then just to come out there and week in and week out, no matter what it is, just getting on the field and playing. I think that's what impresses me the most about him. Obviously, his physical talent speaks for itself and the way he plays, but just his toughness.
What are we going to see from him next year when we see him again?
What are we going to see from him? I mean, I know he's going to come back hungrier than ever. We all want to. We know what we want. We know what this team can do. We got too many good players to not make that happen. So I know this team's going to look different this year. It's just the nature of the game, but we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready to come back. We're going to be hungry. I know everyone's going to put the work in this offseason. Next year starts now.
Obviously, the day after is never a good thing after a loss, but I mean, defensively yesterday, you guys pretty much did what you needed to do. Keep everybody in the game.
Yeah, we played well. I mean, we got 2 turnovers. Played solid, but doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, We kind of knew, that we needed to kind of help out the offense as much as we can, and we got the turnovers. It would have been nice to get, points out of that, but I think, we're not pointing fingers. It's always what we can do better and how we can help them and how we can be, play complementary football.
How would you characterize your season? Obviously, spent most of the offseason rehabbing with the 2 injuries and trying to work through that, coming back in training camp. Just your overall thoughts on how it went.
It was difficult just because, like you said, I didn't have an off season. I got cleared to run like a couple weeks before training camp started, and that's not really enough time just to kind of build a base. So I'm looking forward to this off season, having a full off season and getting my body right. Just because I'm not used to having that many injuries and stuff and not feeling like myself. But all in all, I think I played solid. I want to make a lot more plays. I know I'm capable of making more plays on the back end at safety. Sometimes the plays don't, they have to kind of come to you, but there's certain situations where you can kind of go make some stuff happen. And with my body back next year, I'll be able to do that.
Did you feel like the hamstring stuff was residual from the offseason and maybe not having the time to?
Well, anytime you don't prepare or you can't prepare your body for an offseason, this is like a 20-week season. Yeah. So no one can kind of just go from doing nothing to running for 2 weeks and then boom, now you're playing a football season. That's just not really how your body works.
Overall, it's obviously the day after the assessment of what you guys were able to accomplish throughout the regular season, getting into the playoffs.
Sorry.
Getting into the playoffs. Your goal obviously to win a Super Bowl, but you guys did get to the postseason.
Yeah, we're right where we were at last year, so it doesn't feel great. We want to improve. We know the ultimate goal, but we still want to improve off of last year, and we ended up with the same record. Losing in the first round as well, so it stings.
Jesse's going to be in the mix here for some head coaching opportunities. Yeah. Just what about him do you think would make him a good head coach? And if he does leave, just how much would it hurt you guys?
I can't think of a more qualified head coach. I told him after the game that I'm excited for him. That's kind of what we're all anticipating, and I'm excited to see what he does. Any team, any organization would be lucky to have him. He's taught me a whole bunch. I've been grateful for him.
Derwin kind of talked about it after the game, but just what's the thing you're going to remember the most about this specific year and this specific team?
What did Derwin say?
Just tight-knit group and everything.
Yeah, for sure a tight-knit group. I think it starts with our leadership. I said this last year. I've never been part of like a group of players and we're so close, and it's the same this year just because we have the same leaders. And I think we got hit with some adversity. Losing some key pieces on our offense, and we responded well, and we kept fighting. I think anytime you have 10 as your quarterback, then you have a shot. So yeah, definitely some adversity, but we're not the only team who kind of has gone through the ringer a little bit. There's 31 other teams, and everyone goes through some stuff. So I'm excited to kind of regroup. We landed at 4:30. a.m., so I'm a little sleep deprived. But I'm excited to regroup and have a full off season ahead of me.
Learning curve, emotions, all that.
Definitely went better than expected. Obviously, not playing in the first 2 games and then coming out and doing what I did was good in my eyes. And I think I just gone through a bunch of learning curves, like you said. Just like you go from high school to college, and then you go from college to the next level. I mean, everyone's bigger, faster, stronger. You got to be more locked in. You got to be watching film more. And the more and more you do that, the bigger, the faster, stronger I'll get. Is to just calculate how better I'll be.
How do you sort of approach your first off season? Do you have a plan or anything?
I don't have no plan yet. I don't know what to do yet.
Yeah.
We talked about before, it's kind of been a nonstop sprint for you specifically. Are you looking forward to maybe a little bit of time off, even with the loss?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. People usually say like maybe till the end of the month and then start again like February, around that time. So, yeah.
Still a little early, obviously, but could you pinpoint an area that you feel like you growed the most so far?
Probably blocking inline. I mean, it still isn't, the to where we want it, or to where people are really respecting it a lot. But it's definitely the area I think I've grown the most, especially with the expectations the coaching staff had for me when I came in the first day.
You were obviously a star of the offseason, right? OTAs, camp. How much did showing out in the spring and summer kind of give you that confidence heading into the regular season?
I mean, it's just the confidence in yourself that that you're good enough to play on the field with anybody who they put out there. It didn't matter if it was the Chiefs in the first game, or the Patriots this last game we just played. It didn't matter from that start to the finish. I mean, I just had the confidence that I was able to play.
And then, how did you like playing under Greg in your first?
Under what?
Greg Roman's offense in your first year.
It was great. I mean, it was my 5th offense in 5 years. I haven't had the same OC since high school, my senior year of high school. So it was definitely a learning curve, But I was used to just getting the new offenses down. But I really like the scheme that he has and the play calling that he has.
What impressed you about playing with Justin this year?
I mean, every pass that he throws is on target. I mean, every pass that he's thrown me all season has been on target. I mean, he doesn't miss a beat. I mean, he's the toughest dude. I know.
Do you feel like you guys will, when you come back for the offseason program, that rapport you guys have will just continue to grow?
Yeah, it will just continue to get better and better, and hopefully, we can throw in the offseason. I'll be out here, so if he's out here, we can get that done.
I feel like that was the best thing they could have won for me. Just like, hey, get as good as you can, get better each and every day, attack each and every day with the same enthusiasm.
Thanks, bro. Blocking out the noise. You were kind of mentioning how do you do that in practice? How do you not in practice, but how do you actually do that?
Shoot, man. I think I had a really good support system. It's like those people staying off social media, staying off those things, and just grind. I feel like that's kind of like the best thing. It's like seeing yourself get better each and every day, and especially with surgery, so you can see those little movements as you get better, as little milestones you get, and then just keep attacking it. I think that's where everything kind of gets blocked out in a way. It's like just by your own progress, by your own growth, and just trusting and believing in yourself.
Have these 2 years of starting your career, how would you describe it?
Not how I was expecting. I don't think I have a word to describe it, especially with been riddled with injuries, which is something I've not dealt with before. So that was an awakening, but it's, I feel like it's something I had to go through. So it was a certain process. So just believing in that, believing in God that, he did it for a certain reason. So it's like maybe he needed to slow me down a little bit, but, just believe.
When and what was, sorry you already said this, when and what was the exact surgery?
I had labrum, so I had labrum surgery on my right shoulder early September. So it was kind of nagging and dealing with it, but it kind of got to a point where it was just need to get surgery and get done.
And do you expect to be back by the OTAs?
Yes, I'll be back by OTAs, so I should be clear by March.
Kind of one of those things that, I kind of take pride in being able to do it all. I was kind of thankful to be able to settle down at left tackle there at the end. And I just wanted to go out and have good performances, for the guys that went down, for Joe, for Rashawn, for Justin, for my teammates. Try to do the best I could and go out there and just put good stuff on tape.
you're going to be a free agent this offseason. Have you thought about that at all?
I mean, it's kind of one of those things that, as you get closer and closer to it, it's kind of becomes more of what you think about. At the end of the day, man, my number one thought was to try to, make sure I showed up for the team. And so, this kind of the first time in my football career since so I was maybe like a senior in high school where I kind of get to, kind of sit down and look at my options and see what's what, and I'm just, praying God will lead me through that, lead me to the right place, and just go from there.
You look at how the this season, what do you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's not necessarily what we wanted. It's not what we wanted to be. And I feel like at the end of the day, we all showed up to work. It's just a matter of that translating to the field, translating to the games. I think we had a good group of guys who cared, guys who gave a shit. But, at the end of the day, that's for not, the performance isn't there. So, obviously I hold myself to a really high standard. I know those guys do as well. And so, just not what we want.
Obviously not the outcome we wanted. I think the main thing, was just execution. We didn't execute better than they did. And, the way I choose to look at it, the way, we all choose to look at it is, look at ourselves, see what we can improve on. At the end of the day, up front we could have been better. So we're going to, look at that and try to see where we can improve as players, where we can get better. And,
Just for you heading into free agency now, what do you feel like you put on film this year and showed heading into free agency, and what are your sort of expectations heading into this for the first time as a player?
I feel like I've done what the team's asked me to do, and that's all I really care about, helping this team win. That's really it.
Yeah. Are you hopeful to get an extension done here?
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you thought about free agency at all, about the process, or is it too soon to think about all that?
I haven't really thought much about it. My focus has been, helping this team win football games. But, that's really it.
What is, obviously, it's the frustration level a day after. It's hard to kind of assess everything. But, what they did defensively, obviously, we were able to get to Herbert a number of times. But how frustrating the next day is it for you guys?
I mean, obviously, everything we fight for is to get to the playoffs. So, not, pulling out the win is, not the result we wanted. But, we're not going to, shrink. We're not going to, go in a corner. We're going to try to grow from this and get better and, become a better football team and become better individuals as well.
What's your experience been like playing for Greg as an offensive coordinator?
I think, he has a lot of creativity in his play calling. And, I think it's been good.
Is there still a bitter taste in your mouth at this point, or how do you get beyond that feeling?
I think you move forward, you focus on where you can improve, attack the offseason, get bigger, faster, stronger, better. That's how you move on.
Assess your year.
My year? It was good. Just doesn't feel as good just because it fell short. So, but man, if there's something that these vets, these leaders on the team's been showing me is to enjoy the moments, enjoy your accomplishments. So I'm gonna do that for sure.
What does Jesse mean to you and has meant to your career so far?
Man, he means a lot, man. He's a great DC, great coach, great person, man, and I hope he don't go nowhere. I hope he stays, man. But you do what you gotta do what you gotta do for your family, for yourself. Yeah.
You're an LA guy. Do you feel like this team, this organization, is trying to make some inroads with fans in LA?
Oh, sorry. Can you say that?
You're an LA guy. Do you feel this organization starting to kind of get a foothold with football fans around here?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of I think our home game versus the Texans kind of showed me a lot about our fan base and the love that they show us, man. And it's just disappointing that we didn't go as far as we needed to for our fans, for each other, So yeah.
Processing back-to-back years with kind of disappointing ways to go out in the postseason early on. For you, what is that mindset? Do you identify anything that needs to shift going forward?
I just hope everybody on defense come back. That's it, man. Those man. I can't imagine a year without them guys, man. And it sucks every year, man. Just because you understand the business, you know, it's gonna be new people every year, and there's people that's gonna leave that you don't want to leave, you know. So it's just hard to accept stuff like that, but yeah.
Maybe you just kind of made a sort of reference to it, but a guy like Khalil, what has he meant to you in your young career so far?
Yeah, man. He's meant everything, man. And I feel like I wanted to get this win for him more than anybody, you know. And it sucks, man. But he's meant everything to me, man. He's the greatest role model I could ever have, man. I'm blessed to have him coming into the league and him staying for these years with me.
Are you a guy who watches the playoffs after this? No. Caleb, no? You tune it out. You ready to move on and focus on yourself?
Sure.
Tuli, you mentioned the business part of it. Have you had any talks with the org or your representation about an extension?
No, not right now. Maybe soon. Not in a rush, so we'll get something going. Whatever comes.
You're eligible now after 3 years. Is that something you'd like to get done this off season? Would you prefer to wait one more year? Where is your head sort of at, considering the season you just had?
I kind of just. How do I say this? Kind of just see what happens, you know. Whatever's best for my family, whatever's best for me. But also still got to think about the team as well, because I love this team, man. So I'm just looking forward to the process, for sure.
What kind of position do you think you put yourself in now, just considering the sack total production this year?
Yeah, I think I put myself in a good position for sure, and all I gotta say is I'm just keep building off this year, keep building every year. I know that's just who I am. I know after every season I know what I need to get better at, and I know what I'm gonna come bring next year. So I'll be back and better.
You and Khalil had any kind of? I know you guys got back late or early this morning and stuff like that, but have you guys had a second to talk?
A little bit, man. I kind of don't know what to say to him, you know, because I just feel disappointed that we didn't get him to win. So it's kind of like I want to talk to him, but I also feel like I let him down, you know, a little bit. So yeah, I'll talk to him for sure. Just gotta wait for that moment too. I don't know how to go about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Especially 'cause he's done everything for me, so it's hard for me to talk to somebody like that, you know.
Once you got out there, how'd you feel?
I felt straight. It was just didn't feel. Coach didn't feel I was ready. So.
Okay, so it was a gym decision. You didn't look right, or the medical team?
Yeah, medical.
Okay, just didn't thought you looked right out there.
Yeah.
Did that hurt to be pulled when you felt like you were okay?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to help your team out when you in those situations, those type of games. So, I mean, just trying to do everything I can to get back on the field. So,
how would you assess how your rookie year went?
It was good. I had a few setbacks. I mean, just trying to bounce back. It sucks to just not be able to help your team out as much as you can just because of injury. So, I mean, it was good other than that. So.
Do you feel like, are you concerned about the injuries moving forward because of how much it impacted you this year?
Yeah, no, not at all. I feel like I haven't had injuries throughout my whole career, really. So, I mean, I just got to bounce back, get healthy, bounce back for next year.
What excites you about next year?
Really everything. Really, I feel like we have all the keys and everything. So just to get back out there with the guys and be healthy, help this team out as much as I can. So couldn't be more excited.
What are you kind of looking forward to the most in the offseason? Obviously, last year you're kind of working for the draft and all that stuff, but now this year you have a full offseason. Just what are you kind of looking forward to, or what does the offseason look like for you?
Yeah. I mean, just finally can get like some real football work in. I feel like last offseason it was just training for the combine and stuff, 4G doing stuff like that. So it'd be good to just get football work and get back training on that. Really, yeah.
I feel like it was a good learning curve for me. I feel like I got to sit back and watch probably my big bros do what they do best, and decided to get back out there and get to work for the offseason for next season.
Was it frustrating for you at all to not be active? The amount of times you weren't, like considering the success you had in college?
Yeah, frustrating definitely at the beginning. I feel like the frustration turned more into like it was more beneficial than anything. Probably for me to just sit back and just realize that immediate success doesn't always happen, even though it always might look like that. There's learning curves other than just playing that comes with the game of football. So I had to realize that most.
What do you feel like you're going to focus on this offseason? Like things you need to get better at?
Most importantly, just taking care of my body. I feel like there were some limitations early at the beginning of the season that I could have took care of better with my body that set me back. So I'll probably take care of my body a lot.
As far as learning curve wise, I mean, what surprised you about the NFL game that maybe you weren't expecting?
I probably got caught up into thinking that you got to do more than what you are. Probably thinking that you got to go out there and have some type of out-of-body experiences to perform well. But like I said, when I watch LeKay, when I watch Tuli, even the Dafe, since he's been here, they kind of just go out there and take every play by play, and just slow it down for themselves. And I feel like I could do a better job of implementing that into my game.
When the taking care of your body stuff, you're talking about like nagging injuries, stuff like that you were dealing with? Or?
Sort of, just certain stuff, taking care of my body.
Justin, someone, Wigby, who kind of his first year, he was, sat a lot. He didn't play as much. In the second year, he kind of has, not exploded, but played really well. Like, have you looked at him at all or talked to him? Like, Jesse's kind of talked about you two comparable. Like, have you looked at his progress at all as someone, I know you play different spots, but that could replicate?
No, yeah, definitely. I always kind of hear that comparison a lot, and it's obvious that he made a big strides in what he did. I definitely talked to him about some of the similarities of stuff that I could do that he did in this past offseason, and I'm definitely taking some pages out of his book. So, yeah.
Where will you be this offseason? Like, where will you work out at?
I'll be here with Coach Herb. Yeah.
Justin put on a good amount of weight at Boygby from year 1 to year 2. Is that something that you're looking at, planning?
I'm definitely trying to get bigger, stronger, and faster in all facets.
What did you learn from playing under this coaching staff year
Sorry?
one? What did you learn playing under this coaching staff year one that has kind of stuck with you throughout the season?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'll probably say I learned a lot of things. That's why it's such a good question. I'll probably say the biggest thing I've learned overall is that never take opportunity for granted. It doesn't matter how big or small the opportunity is, or you may think it is.
What'd you show yourself in the Denver game, getting some extended run in Week 18?
I feel like it was a good opportunity to put on tape how I could play in an extended period. I feel like the other times I've been called up, it was kind of in a limited role. I feel like I could show that I could hold down the edge for a whole game.
You mentioned Tuli and kind of watching Tuli take it play by play.
What was the first part?
Tuli. You mentioned Tuli and sort of like seeing how he took it one play at a time, sort of thing. Like, what else did you got from that guy?
A lot. He's kind of like my big brother, and I'm older than him. It's like the way he goes about his business. He has a routine that like I want to follow, like precisely. Like I try to take things from it. He's a great pass rusher. I mean, a great run stopper. He has a complete defensive game that I kind of want to implement myself. So yeah, a lot of things from Tuli.
Some of the positive building blocks you can take away from the season.
Sorry?
What are some of the positive building blocks you take away from the season?
One that great culture here. We win here. Winning is expected, and that they've developed their players here.
Yeah, no, rehab has been going really well. Just kind of like the last one. Every day has been getting better and better, and closer to where I want to be. And as you can see, out of the boot now, so we're getting closer to where we want to be. That's kind of what I got.
Can you reveal or share anything about the nature of the injury?
Obviously, I mean, it was pretty much what you guys saw. I took my ankle out pretty good in all facets, and it was a tough blow, but we've bounced back and we're recovering since.
Fractured?
I mean, it was everything you can do to an ankle. I did pretty much.
Fracture, ligament damage, torn.
Everything you can do.
Okay.
Yep.
How frustrating was this year for you to have the injury come back and then it happen again?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt it was frustrating, but I truly believe God has a plan, and there was a message in there, and I'm still searching for that message every day. And for me, what it's been is kind of have the first one, recover, get back, and have the second one was definitely tough, but got back on the recovery train, and now it's just how can I hit this offseason going strong and get to where I want to be for next year.
I'm not sure we were able to ask you about this Pro Bowl honor for you. I mean, what does that mean to be given that this early on here?
Yeah, extremely grateful, and thank you for everyone who voted for me. And it was definitely a surprise at the time, and very grateful for the opportunity. And just for me, it's just great gratitude and wanting to just continue to now get healthy and improve from there.
Was there any chance you were going to make it back this
I mean,
season?
we were doing all we could in there. There was no for sure or anything. We were just kind of trying to take everything day by day, and kind of we talked about just climbing the day and seeing if what it responded to well and what it didn't, and seeing how far we could get.
Were you working toward, like, if this team had made it to the Super Bowl, that you were going to have an outside chance of playing?
I mean, there was for me, I never say never. So I was always working towards something. For me, with my recovery, I always put a goal out there. So yeah, of course, my goal was to see if I could return to play this year, and I was going to get as close to that if I could. And worst case scenario, if I didn't get there, I was that much closer to my recovery.
Are you going to go to the Pro Bowl stuff?
I have to talk with the medical staff and everything on like that, and make sure I'm cleared and whatnot, and go from there.
You got the call from Joe or whomever, like, you said you're surprised, but how surprised were you considering you played 6 games?
Yeah, no, extremely surprised and grateful for that honor from fellow teammates and people around the NFL. It's a great honor, and for me, I just want to uphold that and just continue to work hard and continue to be that person that people saw something in those 6 games and continue to improve from there.
What's the kind of feeling that you had like yesterday? I know it was the first time you traveled since the injury.
Yeah.
Like watching the beating that Justin was taking at the end of that game. Like what is that like for you?
I mean, as an offensive lineman, you always want to keep the quarterback clean. That's always the goal. So, as a guy, for me going there, traveling, all I was doing was just trying to help as much as I could, see what I could see and help guys out. And, we all have a goal in mind as an offensive line. We all want to stand everyone upheld, and we want to continue to work towards that goal.
So what's your conversation with Slater been like? I mean, he misses a year, you missed half the year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys talk about that at all? Like maybe like the
Yeah, there's definitely been some chit chat about that. It's obviously been tough on both of us, and being able to go through that together and kind of have each other to lean on, and just kind of make our own competition in the recovery room. Just kind of see what each other are doing, and just try to kind of make a game out of it. Because it's tough. It's tough being out. So being able to battle with each other and battle back's been a lot of fun.
Do you two have a fire going into next year already? Like that you missed time and.
Yeah, I'm guessing he does, and I know I do. There's always you want to be on the field. That's my favorite part of this, and not being out there was really tough. And there's a fire to be back out there and want to just continue and improve from where I was, and definitely a huge fire to get back out there.
How much, if at all, do you think the ankle is going to affect your off-season training as you ramp up for OTAs?
Yeah, like I said, that's going to be me and the medical staff and us working through that. But, the goal is to have it not affect me at all. That's the whole goal with this injury, is to get it behind you and start moving forward.
What have you learned working under Greg Roman as an offensive coordinator, early in your career?
Yeah, I think there's a lot you can learn from him, especially starting in the run game and what he favors and how you want to work on those things. And there's very specific runs that we tailor to and how we teach them and how we want to have success doing them. And then, the way you're taught one way in college your whole career on how to pass pro, and you get into the pros and it's a different level of competition, different level of how you do things. So really just learning that scheme and learning how to work with one another, whether that's combo blocks in the run game or pass protection 5 as one as a group.
You mentioned you were there trying to give help to your linemen.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the things you were able to information you were able to pass on?
Yeah, I like to pick a guy and watch him and just, make sure talk to a guy before the game, say, hey, you want to watch your sets, and just, see what I'm seeing and making sure that they're feeling the same thing that I'm seeing, and just kind of having that reassurance when you're coming off the field, like, hey, this is what I saw, and, I think it builds confidence in guys when you have another set of eyes looking at you.
Are you going to stay here for the rehab process?
We haven't, like I said, I haven't even been in there yet. We're gonna communicate through all of that and, see what's best moving forward. Yep.
Do you ever, like when the season ends like it has and gone, do you ever wonder, like, does it frustrate you to wonder what if because of how good they were when you were playing?
What do you mean by that?
Like when you were playing, the team was different. Like the run game was different, the offense was different when you were on the field.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about what if, like what the ceiling? This team won, 11 games still, and
there's always going to be what the ceiling is, and I think it's our job as players to push that ceiling. So, regardless of who's in there and who's not, you always want to reach that potential, what that team can do. So I think there's always a fire to get better game to game, day to day, whatever it is. So, yeah, there's always a fire to just see what we can become, and that's something that we got an offseason to go find as a group and see where we want to become.
You're playing in front of Justin. How do you think he bounces back after kind of 2 difficult postseasons in a row for him?
I got no worries about Justin. Justin is the ultimate competitor. He works harder than anybody I know. He goes out there and battles, and he's the best quarterback a guy's play for. So I have all the faith in Justin. I know he's going to put his best foot forward every single day.
Obviously, I want to take a jump. I feel like I did in a lot of aspects, right? Had more turnovers, in a sense, more ball productivity, had more sacks. So I took steps forward in a lot of different aspects, but I feel like it was so much more to be done. I dealt with a lot of trials on and off the field, and I'm just proud that I was able to get it done. And I can't give enough credit to my teammates, enough credit to my coaches, enough credit to the staff, right? That everybody who stuck around me through all my ups and downs on and off the field. So to get that done, I'm just very appreciative.
How did you stay so mentally tough this year, given everything you had to go through?
Again, I just gotta say I give that credit to my teammates. This building right here is just what held me together. I had a fun talk with my auntie. She was asking me how do I keep going through all the pain and stuff, and I was telling her the world could be on fire, but I find my water, my solitude within the building. So, and that's to these guys. The credit to these guys. They've been the water to put out the fire, and every day I come in this building, I'm just appreciative. So now that kind of sucks, right? Just having to go to the off season and not being able to have this type of peace and solitude, just figuring that out, and now having to deal with the world. But I'm just very appreciative for what I've gotten to do this season with this team. Yeah.
What's that support look like from these guys?
I mean, just the best way to put it is whenever you come into this building, there's no way you leave without at least one smile, right? So if I come in here and I'm having a down day, the guys, for the best way to put it is they don't necessarily care about what's going on in the outworld happening to you. It's more so how can we help? And so that's what it's kind of looked like. They just kind of, words of encouragement, words of wisdom is something we live by with this team. And so with just coming in this building, being able to be around a group of guys who care about the person you are rather than just the player, that's meaningful.
Do you think that environment is going to help you guys kind of get over this hump?
100%. I think everything plays a role into what next season has to be. Getting over the hump of the playoffs, it comes down to being connected through and through. And so we got to find a way to do it even more so, more consistently, just making sure the defense and the offense and special teams can find a way to stay connected, because we do have our unity, but there's always room for improvement. So obviously we can be better.
Jesse is a head coaching candidate again. What has he meant to your career?
I mean, everything, right? So all my production has happened under him. He's the play caller. And so for me, I give him a lot of credit, right? I just am grateful to have experienced him as a coach and know that he's more than deserving of the opportunities that's coming his way. And I know that whoever he is going to be coaching, they'll be grateful for it just the same as I was. So he deserves everything that's coming to him.
Are you hopeful that he's back?
I mean, selfishly, yes.
Yeah.
But I understand he has to do what he has to do, right? So I can hope that he be back, and I will be grateful if he is back. But that is a coach that is deserving of a head coaching job. He is deserving of it, and I feel he should go get that. I plan on going upstairs right after this, so I'll have a conversation with Jesse, and I don't think it'd be about him as a head coach. I think it'd just be him as my coach and our experience together, and just me being able to give him a little bit of appreciation.
How much does he mean to you personally? You've had 2 of your best seasons of your career. You've emerged under him. How much does he mean to you?
I think you put it into the perfect words right there. I've had my best seasons under him in this league, right? So he means a lot for my production as a player, but then I could talk about how he's been with me as a person, just because I've gone through so much, and he's been one of the guys, the coaches, to reach out, right? And make sure I'm all right, make sure everything's going, good, and my mental health is good. And I think that's major. And I know he'll keep that going as a head coach, and that's why I feel like whoever comes across him will be grateful for that.
If Jesse does get a head coaching job, how much belief do you have in the core of this defense? You and Derwin and Tuli, guys they're going to be here to carry it on.
I mean, the big thing about the coach-to-player relationship is that at the end of the day, the coaches, their mind is going to be through the players, right? So the coaches call the plays, the players execute. And with that being said, we'll have a coach, or it will be Jesse, right? I can still hope that it can be Jesse, or we'll have whoever comes in. But at the end of the day, the players have to execute, right? So whatever coach comes, we'll welcome with open arms, and make sure that what's here remains the same, intact, connected, the unity, and we execute when we're supposed to.
Are you a guy who watches the playoffs after this, or no?
Good question. Maybe. don't know. I don't really think too much of planning to watch the playoffs. I don't want anybody in the West to win it now at this point. So I'm going for anybody but the West. I'm going for NFC now at this point. I don't care. Since we got knocked out, I want everybody gone. So it's what it is.
It's widely. You've talked to us public what you've gone through this year. I don't know. Have you had a chance to process it all? Like, what as you reflect on the year?
Not really.
Just how do you
yeah.
feel?
I mean, as far as the processing of just so much that I've gone through, I haven't really reflected. I've been able to keep busy with this job, and then like I was just explaining, the people around me, coaches, players, the staff, I mean, top to bottom have been there for me, and has been able to move forward. So with all this free time I'm about to get, it's a time to sit back and reflect, and hopefully just from that I can look forward and be appreciative of the people I have around me and the people that are in my life. And yeah, so I mean, a lot of it played a role. Like I had health issues, and then obviously there's mental issues along the way, but I showed up, man. Like I showed up for these guys. So I know that the world may happen, but everything still goes on as it's supposed to. So every game, every week, every practice, I make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be and trying to get the job done.
Difficult for you with started before the season and continued throughout the year.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult. Had a lot of mental weight for sure, but like I said, with difficulties, there's also a way to triumph, right? So for me, triumphing was just making sure that I showed up every day, and showing up every day was the right steps to moving forward for me. And like I said, every time I step into this building, I had the help of these guys around me to make sure that whatever was happening on the outside of these walls wasn't weighing on me completely.
When you get back to work and start working out again and building up for 2026, what's going to be on your mind? What are you going to use as motivation?
What am I going to use as motivation? It's just this feeling, right? The feeling of losing and not being able to end your season on a win, and trying to make sure that whatever I put out is enough, not just for the one game, but for the whole season, right? And so that's what I'm looking forward to build on. Last season, we ended with a loss, but for me personally, I went straight into surgery and had to deal with building my body back up to get able to play through a whole season again. So this offseason is a little different. Not even a little, it's a lot different than last. I have a little bit more time to myself. And so with that being said, I'm going to just, try to get away from the game for a little bit. That's why I don't know about the playoffs. But get away from the game for a little bit, get a mental reset, family, and then know that when it's time to work, this feeling remains. Like, we got to get the job done. We got to get over that hump. I feel sick about it for guys like Khalil Mack. We wanted this for him for sure. And I look at myself and my career, and I want to make sure that, I have the opportunity to win a playoff game and go as far as I can. So I know it's not easy to do. It's rare. We talk about it like it's an easy task. We talk about it training camp. We trying to go all the way. We talk about it, but it's not an easy thing to do. So we got to respect the game for what it is.
Do you think Khalil's going to be back?
I hope so. Have no idea, but I sure do hope so. And I know whatever decision he makes, he's a grown man. He's a father. He will make the right one, and I'm going to support him regardless. That's my big bro, and at the end of the day, I love him like we was blood, and I know whatever decision he make, I'm going to be right there with him and supporting him no matter what.
It's been tough. I feel good. The rehab's been going very well. Just doing everything I can to make sure that I'm 100% next year. Obviously, a huge disappointment not being able to contribute this year. Just controlling what I can control and getting ready for next year.
Would you say you're on track rehab-wise, or what sort of the rehab process is like?
Yeah, I mean, it's been smooth. I think all reports have been that it's been going extremely well. I'd say ahead of schedule pretty much the whole time. But just chipping away at it. It's a long rehab, but everything's going as smooth as it can.
What happened in camp on the plane? Was it just a freak thing?
Yeah. Couldn't tell you. Knee exploded.
And I know we kind of talked about this before, but for you, do you see yourself being ready by training camp or OTAs, or do you not know?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Oh yeah, do you see yourself being prepared to come back by OTAs or training camp?
Yeah, I mean that's the timeline of the rehab. I believe traditionally it's like a 9 to 12 month thing, happened early in camp. So, it's just the way things have been going, and the way I'm working at it. I have full intent, obviously, to do that, but of course everything's going to prioritize just making sure it's 100% first. But that's definitely the goal and the plan.
You plan to come back and play left?
That is my intent, yes.
And like, the team has not had any conversations about you otherwise, because when you went down, there were some reports that you might consider switching, or the team might consider switching you to a different spot.
It's not something we've talked about. No.
What's your conversations with Joe been like? You obviously missed the year. He misses half the year. Did it feel like kind of a missed chance for you two to play together and kind of build on what you did last year?
Yeah, both of us are very competitive people, and I know it hurt us both a lot not to be out there. But at the same time, we've kind of just been in each other's ear, encouraging each other, pushing each other through the rehab process, and still sharing ideas and just talking about ball and things we're going to improve on and our plans for next year. And yeah, it's just nothing but support.
Does the potential excite you? Like kind of what we saw last year, what was hopeful this year?
Yeah, of course it does.
Nobody's in the next year.
Yeah, of course it does. We got a good ass group. We do. We really do. Me and him going down, it hurt. Still, the way this team fought and battled and made it as far as it did, with completely unforeseen things like that. And I love this team. We got a team full of warriors, a team full of competitors, and I'm excited. I'm very excited.
How frustrating was it for you to just watch this season from the sideline?
Obviously, it sucked. I love ball. This is like what I do every single day. I don't really go on vacation much. I kind of just work out all the time and think about playing football. So it wasn't fun. It wasn't easy, but I'm just excited for the future. I can't really control what happened, but just doing everything I can to make sure that next year's better.
What were those first months like? Were there a period where you couldn't walk, or how long did?
Yeah, usually you're not supposed to walk for quite a bit. So it's a couple months before that.
What did you do during that time? Like, how did you stay busy?
I didn't stay busy. There's not really much I could do. I just kind of chilled and let the recovery happen.
Kind of go crazy?
A little bit, yeah. It was tough, but to be honest with you, I probably played a lot of chess on my phone. My family came and supported me for a bit, so just hanging out with them, and yeah.
What was it like for you to watch Justin this year? The season he had with everything he had to kind of endure.
It was incredible. Justin's the most amazing competitor I've ever played with. He's the best teammate I've ever had. That guy is unreal. I tell him all the time that he's just like literally the epitome of what you could possibly hope to be, just as an athlete out here playing in the NFL. Just the way that he overcomes obstacles. He never complains. He just puts his head down and works. And he's freaking amazing.
Is it hard for you to hear like the outside world sort of critique him and criticize him, considering all of the endeavors and how great you guys see?
Is it annoying? Yeah, but how much attention do we pay to that? Little to none. Who really cares? I don't think you get to this level, and I don't think you play the way he does, or if you actually, if you really care, because who's going to be a harder critic of you than yourself? Like if I needed somebody, or if Justin needed somebody to, like, I don't think we'd be here if that was the case, if we needed like an outside source of motivation like that. And I know he's the same way, probably even more so. So frustrating for sure, but whatever. I mean, our time is coming. We got a super bright future, and we're not going to stop working.
How do you process what happened yesterday?
Yeah, you're still kind of processing it a little bit, man. But ultimately, the team that was supposed to won the game, obviously. Just didn't do enough to win.
Is it particularly painful for you?
I feel like it's painful for everybody. It'll be selfish for me to say it's particularly painful for me. I feel like it's just painful for the organization. as a whole, just knowing what we want to accomplish as a team. But yeah, man, can't live with ifs and what ifs. You know what I mean? Kind of got to turn that page and look forward to getting better in all facets of the game or wherever the chips fall, where they may. You know what I mean? That type of vibe. But without talking too far ahead, you know what I'm saying? Try to stay where your feet at. But yeah, man, just processing, thinking about it. Still one of those things where, yeah, you pissed off, but what happened was supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
Same kind of situation as this time last year for you, as far as figuring out if you're going to keep playing or not. It's going to be you're going to have to work through it, sort of.
Not trying to make that decision right now, like I've almost done before. But yeah, man, just trying to stay as present as possible, stay prayed up, and make a decision based on, you know what I mean, how I'm feeling, and how my family feeling, and you know what I mean, the vibes. You know what I mean, if the vibes are high, the decisions will be made. But yeah, we're just figuring it out day by day.
Could it? I feel like I asked you the same question last year, but is if you continue to play, will it definitely be here, or are you going to keep your options open as far as other potential teams?
Man, come on, man.
Well, last year you said you were going to DM us and tell us what was happening. All of a sudden, I see Adam Schefter reporting it.
Adam Schefter reported it before I told you?
I got no
I
DMs.
could have swore I told you. Where am I supposed to DM you at, though, bro? I don't even know.
You literally went out of your way to say, we didn't say anything. You said, I'm going to DM y'all too.
But how can I find y'all? I don't know how to find y'all, bro.
What do you mean? You see my tweets every time I say you old on Twitter. You see my. You see my
know
tweets
exactly
every
where
time
to
I say
find
you old.
us,
You know
man.
where to find me, man. Come on.
You know exactly where to find us.
Stop it.
Hey, yo, Chris, bro. I'm glad I got you on camera saying this, yo. I'm glad I got you on camera saying this. It's not right, bro, but nah. All right. You got me,
It's
I guess.
okay.
Yeah. I got you next time.
So
Yeah, I'll let y'all know. Which one of y'all?
Let's
You
put us in
want
the
me
group
to
chat.
first? Put y'all in group chat?
Yeah, put us in group
All
chat
I'll
on
put
Twitter.
y'all in
You
the
know
group
what's
chat.
happening.
I'll put y'all in the
March
group chat and
11th
let
is
you
gonna
know.
roll
I'll
around.
put you in the group chat and let you know this time.
I'm retired. You know retired.
I'm figuring it out, man. I'm taking it day by day and figuring it out, bro. I love this game. With the ups and the downs, man, it just makes you appreciate what you got to put in to win in this league. And yeah, man, it's the ultimate game, bro, when it comes to team and playing for your brothers.
How would it sit with you if you did retire without a playoff win? Do you think that's something that we would eat at you later on in life?
Yeah, just because I'm naturally just a competitor, bro. It's in me since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I grew up with my two other brothers, and that's all I know is competition and competing and trying to be the best. I want to ultimately be a champion. Yeah.
We talked.
Daiyan and Tuli both said they were disappointed to lose, but they were also really disappointed to lose with you on the team, and they felt like they were letting you down. Daiyan.
Oh, Daiyan.
Sorry.
Oh, that's his new name for me, yo. Daiyan. Oh, that's good. That's a good one, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't mean to be laughing.
No.
Oh, Daiyan. Oh, man, I'm sorry.
No, but to have like the younger.
Miss this,
Oh,
the laughs.
Yeah, right.
To have younger guy support though like that.
I mean, I have Daiyan and Tuli support. Man, for real. Just like they've been saying, they've been playing for me this whole time. I've been playing for them, man, and yeah, it's just disappointing not to be able to get that victory. Just knowing what we put in this in the off season and through the regular season, you know, the ups and downs everybody went through, especially Daiyan. Just knowing what him and his family went through. Just all the guys, man. It's one of those things. We made a push. We gave it everything we had. But you got to go to the drawing board sometimes, man, and really take a step back and see what it is everybody can get better at. And that's my hope and my wish for these young guys, just to learn from these lessons and grow and understand what it takes to win those type of games against a gritty team at home, at their home especially. And so, yeah, man, just bumps and bruises, but ultimately it's all lessons, man, and you can also apply those same lessons to life as well.
Will you be monitoring what happens with Jesse in the head coaching cycle as far as making your decision?
I can't really say I'm monitoring a lot of stuff at the present time. I just got to take it day by day and let the chips fall where they may. But yeah, I'm not really too focused on everything else outside of what's going on with me and my family. You know what I mean?
How different, if at all, do you feel compared to like after last year's exit in terms of moving forward?
Say that one more time.
Like, do you feel differently at all from last year moving forward, after this postseason loss?
Man, yeah, you feel different in the sense of just understanding how much time do you really have left to play at a certain level, and what is that going to look like moving forward. But it's like you don't want to kind of, you know what I mean? You don't want to make a decision just based on how you feel in the present moment, especially after a tough loss. And so, yeah, it's just about taking time and taking that step back. So I feel like it's the same in that sense, just taking a step back and kind of trying to really not put too much motion behind the decision to, do whatever it is that I'm going to do.
Do you feel like, when you say the level, do you feel like you're playing at a level that you see as acceptable, or what did you mean when you said that?
I feel like when the elbow happened early in the year, kind of took a little something off certain elements of what I am and who I am as a player. But I still kept seeing the chips and and the slides and all the help, and but that's a part of the game. You know what I mean? That's been in the past 10, 11 years of my career. So yeah, it's just adapting and getting used to the elbow brace and all the different things, but not making no excuses and giving everything I got to help the team.
What happened to your finger?
Oh, I don't know. I had some ligament issues on the first play. Kind of kept sticking on me. I don't know. It was weird. It was something weird.
No break or anything? Just
not that I know of. But I ain't counting it. I don't care. Yeah.
What's the next step for Tuli in his career?
Man, you gotta ask Tuli, man. You gotta ask Tuli what the next step is for him, man. I know. I know he's gonna be you can clearly see he's a great player, man. Great player, great person. My advice to him is keep his head down and not pay attention to the good or the bad comments, whatever the case may be. Keep the pedal to the metal, man, and get ready for another great year. And let everything that's going to happen off the field happen. But ultimately, man, special player, special person. And, he's going to be a great player for a long time in this league.
Tough guy that you are. I want to ask about Justin and just sort of like what have you learned about him and the time that you've been on his team?
Man, Justin, he's very hard on himself, man. He's very hard on himself, but yeah, man, you want to do all you can to play great for a guy like him. Special dude, man. Got the heart of a champion. It's just got to take that step back and figure it out for what it is that he want to do, and how he want to be respected and viewed in this league. But it just starts with it just starts with the man in the mirror and not focusing on what everybody else think. We know who he is and what he brings to this team. The heart of a champion, man, a grinder, a warrior. special, man. Special, bro. I just can't, you know what I mean? I can't wait to see it all be put together. I can't wait to see it all be put together, man. That's just my hope and my prayer and my wish for him to see it all be put together and him be placed in a position to succeed at a very high level.
What do you mean by take a step
You
back?
know what I mean. I'm messing with you.
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
I'm messing with you. What you mean by what you mean?
You said take a step back and figure out what he wants to be.
No. It's just like I seen something last night about him saying he don't got it figured out yet or something like that.
Yeah, we asked him,
And I think it's just take a step back and I think it's just him taking a step back. It's just seeing who he is. You know what I mean? Seeing how great he is. You know what I mean? And not putting everything on him, putting everything on his shoulders. Yeah.
When you say he's hard on himself, was that what you were talking about? Like a comment like that?
Yeah, because you can tell he's tough on himself, man. He wants to win. He wants to be great for us and this organization. And we all want to be great for him. And he's not in it alone. He's not in it by himself. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by those comments that I said.